What's your favorite part of a wedding? Is it the chuppah? You like the dancing? I think there's something special about the Kabbalah's panim, the reception. It's like royal. The Kala comes in with her mother and mother-in-law on each side. She walks up to her chair like a throne, and people come, and she receives her guests. The Brisker Rav draws a parallel between Kabbalah's HaTorah and Kabbalah's Shabbos. We also have receptions. Every Friday night, there's a Kabbalah Shabbos. But what in the world does that have to do with the Kabbalah's HaTorah? Kabbalah's HaTorah, God comes down, revelation. Kabbalah Shabbos, we're usually dozing off. Maybe there's a tune that either puts us to sleep or gets us into a nice mood. What is the connection? So the Brisker Rav says, look, we find 3 similarities between Kabbalah Shabbos and Kabbalah HaTorah. We had to get prepared. Number 1, we're told, Moshe tells them, V'chipsu simloisam. You got to put on new clothes, fresh clothes. You got to wash your clothes. You got to come in when you're getting ready for Kabbalah HaTorah. You got to put on your finest. On Shabbos, we have halacha. We change our clothes. L'kavod Shabbos. He told them, "You guys got to be ready." What does it mean? You got to be ready. L'yom hashlishi. You got to be ready. So the Brisker Rav says, you know what that means? You got to have nothing to do. There's a halacha in Shulchan Aruch. You're allowed to run on Erev Shabbos. And if you're running and you knock someone over because you're negligent, because you were running on Erev Shabbos, you're pater. Why? What do you got to run for on Erev Shabbos? Because you got to come be prepared on Shabbos with nothing to do. Everything's got to be done already, that when you sit down in shul on Friday night, you have nothing else to do. Panui, you're free. You're just sitting there waiting. You're waiting for Shabbos. You had to wait, be there, standing there ready for Kabbalah HaTorah. And the third similarity, says the Brisker Rav, is that Moshe went out, Vayetze Moshe likras sahar. He went out to greet Hashem, kaviyachol. And on Friday night, the way it's brought down in the Gemara, and the way the Kabbalists used to do it in the fields of Tzfas, is that they would go out into the fields, and they would say, Boi kala, boi kala. So what's the similarity though? Great, you found 3 halachas that they shared the same thing, but Kabbalah's HaTorah was a revelation. God was coming down onto the mountain, we had to be prepared. Shabbos is just Shabbos. Like, why are we comparing the two? What's the similarity? So Pinchas says, because guess what's happening on Shabbos? Shabbos, there's a Gilui Shechina. There's revelation. There's something we have to be prepared for. We're receiving the Shabbos Malach. That means we're receiving the Shechina. There's another dose of godliness that comes down into the world that we get ready to receive. On Yom Tov, there's no such thing as Kabbalah's Yom Tov, because Kabbalah's Yom Tov doesn't have the same Kedusha. It doesn't have the same revelation we have on Shabbos. So you're probably wondering, I don't think I've ever felt this. I imagine by Har Sinai, we experienced revelation. We all passed out from it. I never passed out on a Friday night. So the key is this. The amount you prepare, that's Beba Midah. With that same measurement is the way you receive. We have this minhag of Kabbalah Shabbos to allow us to prepare ourselves to experience the Kabbalah. So just like at a chasana, when there's no Kabbalah's panim, when there's no reception, so you're also hungry during the chuppah, but there's something missing. The whole thing is, you didn't prepare. There wasn't this preparatory stage, the receiving of the guest to prepare for the chuppah. You went straight into the chuppah. Something would be odd. You wouldn't have the same sense. Kabbalah Shabbos, we got to prepare. We got to put in our effort to allow us to receive Shabbos, and then it'll happen. So let's take this opportunity, this week's Parshat Yithro. This week when we're celebrating revelation that God revealed himself to all the Jewish people, let's make an extra preparation for Shabbos. Let's take some time to feel, to allow ourselves to experience the Kabbalah's Pnei Shechina. Have a great Shabbos.